Hello and welcome to my channel. I hope you are all doing well. We have a very nice weather here in Germany, sunny and bright. And today I would like to show you some of my one of my Etsy board I bought from Etsy, some flea market finds and some finds from London. And maybe if it's not too long, then I will show you some of my mudlarking finds from London. So let's start. First. So for some time ago, I purchased this amazing document from 1885 from my good friend Lenneke from the Netherlands. Here you can see the name of her Etsy shop. She has a lot of stock of all kind of lovely things, so go and check her channel. There is one for design papers and one for other items. So this amazing document, it has all these stamps, and it's a kind of legal paper, I guess. I don't know French. If there's anybody who can read that, so please let me know. But it's in a wonderful condition, and here one day I'm going to use it, I'm sure. Look at this adjudication 1662. There's the numbers, there's the writing. Sorry for the light, but this is a wonderful piece of history. Then in Germany, I've not been to many flea markets so far, but I was in one for some time ago, and I found this lovely old book. Even this is cute, and this says 1906. It's gorgeous. Lenz und Liebe. And that's some writing, and it has all these funny illustrations here, so that will be handy to use. Then I found, even I have so many postage stamps, but at the moment I'm collecting stuff for my seaside ships kind of journal. So I bought these old kind of vintage ships, and then these looked nice to me, more ships, and these from Monaco. There's also one from the like a harbor image, and some more lovely images from boats. Then one postcard, that's from the East Germany time, Deutsche Demokratische Republik, doesn't exist anymore. In a few days time I'm going to visit area there, so there will be something I'm sure I can show you later. And these used some for the Easter time, and then that was more or less all for that. I don't remember what I found. Then let's go to London. So in London I visited the Jubilee market. It's a market in Covent Garden on Mondays, and there are a lot of vendors, and I found one really wonderful gentleman there, and I bought quite a few pieces from him. And let's start with this one. So this is the says murder at the vicarage, and maybe you know that's from Agatha Christie's, and this is the play to that. And this book, I mean the book itself, it was published in UK, I think in October 1930, and it was the first novel to feature the character of Miss Marple. And her village of St. Mary Mead. And Miss Marple, she had in this story 7 suspects in mind. And of course the story was also adapted into a play, like here. So, very interesting piece of history. And this was the paper to that, interesting company, and menu £2 for that. Then I bought this one. It's a Wandle guide to views in Wandle Valley. So this is a nice map, and I'm going to, when I go again, check some places here. Like I've been near here already. The Wandle Delta, industrial history of the Wandle. Then it goes all the way to Wimbledon Park. And so this will be a good help for me when I'm there again. There are some stories about that if you want to read. Then, of course, whenever I see these things, I get some. These are the cigarette cards or tea cards. And this says Jubilee, for example, behind every successful man there stands a woman. The Butterworth ladies, coffee roasters, they're advertising women. There's the Annie Butterworth. And then some tea cards, or are these tea or cigarette cards? I never know. Again, ship, gentlemen. I even didn't know why they took that, but more ships, and one insect. So these were cute. And then I just picked this little piece without knowing actually what it is, and I found out that Donington Park in Leicester is a car racing place nowadays. Look at this castle here, lovely image. Then I picked up this little booklet about smugglers' tales. It's a brief history of smuggling in East Devon and West Dorset. And that's fun to read, and it inspires me to make the journal about smugglers, ships, Victorian times. And look at him, and he has the pipe, and you know these kind of pipes we find from the Thames even nowadays. So, and then this is just, I took the image from the internet. It has to do with this thing. This is kind of all kind of Viscons from UK. And this is original. And I started to go and do some research about this one. This is Lord Viscount Gopham, and I found this image from him. So he was a very important man in England, in London, I think. But he lived like 1675 to 1749, so that's about the time cap for him. And his name is Richard Temple. Look at these girls. Okay, then I went in another vintage market and I found this one. And this is fun because, so this is from London. It's my P like my Pirjo. And this is something I found from Haarlem, from Netherlands. So, you know, isn't that amazing? And it's like an embroidered picture. I just have to find a nice frame for that, and there it goes. So, and then I promised to show you some of my mudlarking finds, didn't I? Let's start with the small ones. So, you can find something like this, and let's take some of these. You can see how small they are. These are garnets, and these are even quite big, you know. A lot of them are really small, and this time I found this was the biggest garnet. So, you know, it takes a lot of time to stand there and look after these ones. And then the same, almost in the same spot, I found these beads, seed beads. And if you think that the smallest is like this, and I think that this about the biggest one was like this. So yeah, quite small to look for, but it's fun. It's totally so much fun, and it's easy to, you know, put in your luggage and bring home. And then I also found these. I don't know why, what they are. It looks like glass pieces, but they are all very has a funny shape. So yeah, that was something from my treasures from there. And you want to see more? What should I show you? Well, there's a lot if you want to see. More small things are like here, and we have here the pins, the famous pins from, and that's how they look like. You know, some have bigger heads, some have smaller heads, and some are from the Tudor period, like I think this one. That's a much bigger head, and these are like hand rolled, and they really are still in good condition, and they are still sharp, so you have to be careful with those. And yeah, all kind of small things. This is like a type with the leather. What is it? This is like here. So fun, and it's a lot of fun to check all these things with the time. Then we have another box, and I was over the moon as my friend Christina gave me this aligop she found, because I have never had one of these in my hands. And the fun thing was that next day I found my own one, but it's very worn, but lovely. These were game pieces for the Victorian kids and so on, so lovely. Then what else did I find? I found a fish weight. And oh yeah, this was nice. A button, and it's always nice to have a button where you have the maker. This is C. Greenberg from Chelsea. So, and there's a good history to that too. So that's always great. And some other buttons. This one has some print here. That's how they look from the back. I have not cleaned this so far. I'll take my time. And then you can find something like this. You know, it's a cap of something. Piece of lead, don't know what is it. And this is a knuckle bone. And yeah, all kinds of things. This is maybe a part of a something. A marble. Oops. Don't go away. So, and a lot of these all kind of metal pieces, you know, to be used in the journals. So, and here we have some pottery pieces and some jewelry pieces, like this stone. It's fancy to find something like this. This was given to me. It's a glass bead from Christina. And this is also interesting find. These are not original from London. And a clay marble. I have a few others too. Let's see here. I have some. If I can't get them out. And there is also one of these cut marbles from the bottle. You know, it's green. I have only one from the very beginning of my mudlarking career, and this was the one that I really found myself. So a few clay pieces. Then, yeah, some people find a lot of coins. They do some metal detecting, but to find coins just by eye, it's more fun. And these were my two George V coins. George V, he was king from 1910 till 1936, so it's a long time. So you can find them quite easy. I mean, not easy for me, but easy for the people who find them all the time. This is, for example, 1920, George the Britannia, and in the other side you have the head from the king. And this is George V farthing. It's from 1926. It's not in that good condition, but you can see the face there. Then on foreshore I was given this one. It's Victoria, the young Victoria from 1860. So Victoria was queen from 1837 till 1901. And then what you find are the pennies, the modern coins, like here more. Then I found a key. That's good for our journals. And this kind of key kind of thing. And here I will use electrolysis to make them a little bit looking better. And also I love these pieces of mother of pearl. Of course I can make some jewelry out of these pieces. This will make a beautiful one. Ah, yes. And then we have the pottery. And there's a lot of Victorian blue and white pottery pieces. And this is a very tiny bit of Bartman face. But you can easily tell that it's one of those. And this is some slipware. And some other pieces. So delicate pieces. And that's something you actually find every time you go there are pieces of pottery. That's the easy thing to find. And here are some metal pieces. Again, yeah, I think, oh, this one I almost forgot. This was a special find. It's a kind of signet ring. I have to try to make it round again using hot water. I was given a tip from a Mudlarker, thank you Tobias, how to handle it. But this is my very first ring find ever. And I wonder what's the story behind it. That's always, you know, something you will never know, but you know, your imagination can make you a story. That was one of the best finds from this time. And you still want to see something? Well, this one. It's a tile, the hole, and it's probably a roof tile, but it's burned. And as you know, there was a big fire in London in 1600, so who knows? Maybe it's from that time. And of course you find pipes, not many. This was my best one, and it has these signs here, and I have to try to find out who's the maker to this. But the clay pipes are something very common. Normally you find these pieces, but not with the bowl. I only found few, and when you see them first, sometimes they are like black, but they change their color. I don't know why this didn't come like this, but normally they turn, you know, white, because it's the anaerobic mud that keeps them dark. Just a small piece. Then this was interesting also. This is from the old wine bottle, and I took it because of this iridescent color. I think it's amazing. I have to try to put some hairspray to it to keep it like this. I already have one similar piece from the earlier trip. I think these are really, they just look gorgeous. What you find often are these bottle stoppers. Sometimes they have the name of the maker. This doesn't. And what else we have here? Yeah, there's a little bit bigger piece of it says Pure Company mark, trademark, and it has a nice figure. Maybe I can find out which company it is. If somebody knows, please let me know. I thought this about, like, you know, little candle, also candle holder. Then I found, I love green, so this is a nice piece of green pottery, maybe from the Tudor time, if I'm lucky. It even has these markings. This must be from the maker's fingerprint. And yeah, a lot of more little metal pieces, lead and so on, lead seals maybe. I haven't checked that so far. And then we find oyster shells. These are nice to, you know, I use with the like napkins to decorate these. Very lovely pieces. And you know, if I show you this, there's a lot of fun coming. There's a piece from Westerwald. That's a German piece, pottery. And this is another one, Germany. And you know, what is this? This little, maybe for a child's thing. Yeah, it's an interesting hobby. And let's stop for today now, and maybe I'll show you later more. I even found some bottles, and I can show you this one. Oops, this I got as a present from a other Mudlarker. Thank you so much. It's a milk bottle, and I love because it has the word London Co-op Society Limited. So these have stories too. So that was good for today. I hope you enjoyed it a little, and please write in the comments if you have any questions or so. And take care, enjoy your day, and we'll see you with the next